All right, welcome back. This is Jack with Bonfire Locks, bringing you guys four more picks back, staying in the MLB. As always, make sure to please like, subscribe, comment. It helps me out a ton. Subscribers, had to take a hiatus. I had wanted to get to 1,000 subscribers by the NFL season. I had to stop making videos just because I was traveling so much. So if we could try to get there, we're at, I think, like 714 right now, something like that. So let's try to get to 800. By NFL season, we got 2 weeks. Let's just keep hitting subscribe. Hit subscribe, and that would be great. Hit like, comment, share with your buddies, whatever. As always, there's also all the links for all the free bonuses you guys have in the description below. Join the Discord. We'll be having our Survivor pool, Pick'em pool, Fantasy League. Join that. It's all in the Discord. And that's it for announcements. So you can see here, solid day yesterday again. This is supposed to say VIP, but VIP picks went 2-1. Free pick of the day on player profit. So our YouTube picks yesterday, the free pick of the day hit on our player profit. Cleveland, Arizona, over 8.5 runs. That soared. I think they scored 11 runs in total, which is great. YouTube picks, we almost hit the DFS pick. We almost went back to back. The Red Sox are just, I thought they were going to finally bounce back. They had Jarren Duran had the bases loaded, is up to bat and struck out in 3 pitches. So it happens. He had like multiple opportunities to get a hit, a run, RBI. Like I think he went like 0 for 6 yesterday or something, which is brutal. Like it happens. So that crushed that. But overall, great day. I mean, on the picks went 5 and 2. If you took them individually, if you took them just as the DFS pick, then still that's 4, 3 and 2. So good day overall. Make sure to you can click there, free month of VIP. Just join Winnable. Yeah, so let's get into the picks for you guys. That's the overall betting picks. So first one, we're going with Jacob Marcy over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. You can see here he's played much better the last 2 games. He's only done this twice. But he has had 3 hits in his last 3 out of the last 5. I see this game being very high scoring. You can see the ERA for the pitchers, although you see that when they went against each other, it was 0-0, which is fine. I'm not really worried about that. Overall, the combined ERA of these pitchers, Palante is 5, Kentera is 6. I think this game will be very high scoring. So again, first pick, we're going with Jacob Marcy over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Now, again, on the other side, right away, Lars Nootbaar. We had Lars the other day. Look at this. Look at all this green. Lars is playing phenomenal. We had Lars start off for us the other day. As I said, he's hit this in 4 out of his last 5 games, which has been great. Like I keep saying, he hit this for our DFS slip the other day. And I see him continuing to hit. He's had a hit in 4 out of his last 5. He's had runs. He had multiple hit games. 1.5 for Lars should be pretty straightforward. Now, when talking about making DFS slips in these same game parlays, one thing I talk about too is, when you're trying to make these slips, you're trying to find correlation, right? So in the NFL, the perfect example is if you're taking a quarterback's over passing yards, you might want to take his wide receiver over passing yards. If you're taking his under on the run passing yards, take the under. Or if you think kind of like the inverse of that, if you're going to take the under in his passing yards, take the over for the running back rushing yards. Stuff like that has correlation together. So if one thing hits, likely for the other. One thing I've been talking about with MLB, specifically taking hits, runs, RBIs, because the runs and RBIs are obviously involved, you want to look at the starting lineup. So when I was making this card, I was looking at both lineups, Miami and St. Louis. So one of the ones I was also looking at, you might want to do, is Eric Waggaman. He's played very well. The only problem why I leaned away from Waggaman is for 2 things that I've been doing is if the team is home, obviously, they might not bat in the bottom of the 9th, which isn't a big deal, but it does take out at least 3 outs, which is 3 opportunities for someone to get a hit. And he's at the bottom of the order. So him being at the bottom of the order and the home team, I stayed away from it. On the other side, again, I talk about finding players who are similar in the batting order. So the first guy we took was Lars, right? So then after that, you're like, okay, Lars bats first. That's a great opportunity. Now, who's batting near Lars? You can look at the bottom of the order, like these guys here. One player I was really liking and that we're taking is Eric Burleson. So the last DFS pick we're taking Alec Burleson over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. See here, he's been gonna hit 4 straight games. We like that a lot. He only had 1 hit yesterday, didn't get a run or RBI, which is fine. Again, I like seeing them getting these hits. And again, like I said, you want to find people that for MLB, if you're doing hits, runs, RBIs, same batting order. Now, if you're taking something like total bases, it doesn't matter because it's only on the specific player to get the total bases. But with runs and RBIs, you want to correlate them. For example, Lars could get on base, and then Burleson hits it, or Lars gets a hit. Burleson gets a hit, bats him in. That cashes both of those easily. So that's one thing that you want to look at when you're taking picks like this. And yeah, so that's the DFS slip we have for today. Jacob Marcy, more than 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Lars Nootbaar, more than 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. And Alec Burleson, more than 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. And the player profit pick of the day, as always, go check out Player Profit. Get 10% off when you use my code Bonfire. That's on any package. That's forever. I don't know, forever, but you can use it to get multiple packages. Save 10% every time. Player Profit is sports trading, as I've mentioned. You get an account. They fund you. You get up to $100,000 to bet with their money. And then you pass the challenges. You keep 70%. They keep 30%. These pro accounts are getting into you keep 85%. So there's a video that goes more into depth on Player Profit and what you can do with it. So definitely check that out. If you have any questions on it, let me know. Shoot me a DM in Discord. I'm always talking in there. So looking at the games today, there's a decent slate and some early games too, which I wanted to stay away from those to give you guys the most opportunity to see it. So looking at here, St. Louis and the Marlins. You can see here they've been going over this total a lot. One thing I look at a lot is how well they've been pitching recently. So Palente has been pitching well, or not. It was the opposite. Palente he's been pitching fine, but in the games that he's started, 4 runs, 9, 7, 1. And that was the game against the Marlins, which we saw the low ERA. It was an anomaly. 6, 7, 8. In the games that he started, the opposing team has scored 4 runs in, I think that's 6 out of the last 7, which is a lot. On the other side, we're looking at Alcantara. Alcantara hasn't let up as much recently. 2, 8, 8, 0, 2, 7. So he's up and down. He had a nice outing last time against Boston, who, as I've mentioned, have been struggling. I think this game's going to go over. I think this is one of those cases where it's back and forth, back and forth. 4 plus 4 equals 9. So I'll be taking Miami Marlins and the Cardinals over 8.5 for $1,000 over on Player Profit. And you can tell me too. Sorry, I had a little bit of cough. But yeah, so those are the picks for today. Please like, subscribe, comment. Make sure to sign up on the Winnable. You get a free account. You get a free month of VIP. All that good stuff. Check out the bonuses below. And join the Discord. Discord's growing. We have a ton of stuff going on, especially too with the NFL season. There's going to be so much going on. So much more content for you guys. So yeah, looking forward to it. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.